How may I serve you, my listener? Yes, listener. Huh? Going to enjoy this.
It's a fine day with you
Good to
around.
see Skyrim still has such fine people. So you wish to master the arcane arts? Very good. Pleased enough to justify the significant amount of gold, I think it only fitting that the Archmage personally receive a large portion of the reward. Well done. My alembic. I need it for some research and can't seem to find it. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Breaker, fight or die well.
Before we wage war, get over to rumor. But if confronted with proof of his belief, you might be able to persuade him. Wouldn't want to sully his reputation. You'll need to be careful with this one. The Jarl's men won't look kindly on you rummaging through the steward's quarters. I can always count on you, can't I?
Keep your eyes open.
What's the hurry?
I don't believe I'm posted
You!
here.
Who are you
Better
to
be
approach the
stone.
Jarl of Markarth? Very well. You may approach the mournful throne, but watch your words. Keep your
You
eyes
speak to
open for
Igmund,
Forsworn.
son of Arovdir, Jarl of Markarth. Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from Dragon's Fire here. guards told me. Poor Margaret. And witnesses report that the attacker was shouting some nonsense about being a Force. I want to make things clear. Markarth has its troubles, but there are no Forsworn in this city. They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control. I don't know you, and I don't sell what precious property we have to outsiders. But if you're willing to work, and you prove to be reliable, I might deem you worthy to live here. My steward will handle things from there. Are you a sellsword? I don't like your kind. No honor, no loyalty, unreliable. But I can't turn away a potential ally in these times. Let's see if you're better than a common mercenary. My scouts have tracked down one of the Forsworn leaders, hiding out in their blood-soaked camps. Deal with them. We will see. I want no mercy for those Forsworn. Understand?
Imagine blowing up an entire town. Winterhold will never be the same.
I'm Igmund's uncle, as well as his steward. The Jarl has put out a bounty on the dragon that's been terrible. Not here. Come with me. Stay close, and the guards will leave you alone.
Keep your hands to yourself.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow in the knee.
I suppose you're here to extort something from me. Is that it? Well, what is it you want? So, you're one of Ulfric's spies. I can't deny the man is right about a few things, but I've seen firsthand what Ulfric is capable of, given the chance. Suffice it to say, he is no friend to Markarth, and no friend of mine. My first and only loyalties are to my nephew, and to this city. What if I told you about a large shipment of silver and weapons? Enough to make a significant difference in the war. Well, I suppose I'm not left much choice in the matter, am I? Very well. I trust a hefty purse of septims will suffice. Oh no, I won't tell you anything more until we have an agreement. They're taking it by wagon to Solitude. If you hurry, you'll catch them before they get far. It'll be a fairly slow-moving caravan. The shipment's quite heavy and guarded by many men. Now, let's pretend we never had this discussion. I have letters to read. I'm Igman's uncle, as well as his steward.
Next Imperial I see. Be careful.
One lives for the things he is willing to die for. Good job. I knew you'd come back with something for me. It just so happens I've got some scouts along the road. Meet up with them, and together see if you can't overpower the caravan.
Damn faithless Imperials.
How may I serve you, my listener? Walk always in shadow, my listener. Of course, listener. What is it? Command me, my listener. Is that all? How may I serve you, my listener?
Hey there. I was wondering if I'd run into you out here. The Reach is a beautiful but dangerous place, eh? One false step and you'll fall to your death. That is, if those Forsworn don't get you first. Have you seen those Briarheart men? That's some evil magic right there. What brings you? You have the look of purpose in your eyes. Really? It just so happens we've been tracking a wagon for about a day now. So that's what's in there. Coins and weapons. How do you know that? That was crafty. I'm sure having a steward in the pocket will come in handy. Lucky for us that the wagon recently had a little accident. They're stranded now, just up the road. We're outnumbered, but I have a plan. You got here just in time. First, we're going to take out their sentry. Then we'll situate ourselves overlooking the camp. Next, you'll infiltrate their position and get their attention, while we hit them with a barrage of arrows. With a bit of luck, we'll catch them completely off guard and even the odds a little. Good. There's a sentry patrolling the hill. We'll go in quiet and drop him with a... What's the hurry? I don't think Kalmar even knows my name. Probably because I'm not the Dragonborn.
Keep your eyes open.
We'll get him when he comes back around. Hold your fire.
This is none of your concern, citizen. Move along. Imperial business. Be on your way. Step aside, citizen.
Quite a team, eh? I'll stay here and guard the shipment. You get back to camp with news. Have them send some men with a new wagon. This one isn't going anywhere. Guide you.
Well done. I'll send men with a wagon to collect our prize. We'll put the weapons to use here, and I'll send the coin back to Vindhelm. You're going to Fort Sungar. Meet the brothers preparing for the attack. What do you say? Can you do this? Good. You've got real fire in you. I like that. Talos, guide you. Die! Water the ground with your blood! Yeah!
That's it. That's it.
Victory is wounded worth.
Keep your eyes open.
Now that the Empire has been driven from the Reach, we can put a stop to the raping of her silver mines. That silver belongs in Skyrim. Multitudes of our enemies are buried in an avalanche of pain and retribution, delivered by your hands. I shall call you Snowhammer now. You show great passion for battle, and compassion for those we fight for. You are becoming indispensable to our cause. We do what we do out of love for our brothers and sisters. Here, take this as a token of such love reciprocated. You're needed in Hjalmarch. There's much to be done. Keep your brother, and he'll keep you. I'm not sure why Tullius is wasting his time trying to take Winterhold from us. But if he wants to throw his men away, I'll gladly accept it.
Really? You're who she picked? I hope she knows what she's doing. Here's the deal. I can smuggle some equipment into the embassy for you. Don't plan on bringing anything else in with you. The Thalmor takes security very seriously. Give me what you can't live without, and I'll make sure to get it into the embassy. The rest is up to you.
Messy business, Kingslaying, but so
You're asking
very
me?
satisfying.
She promised that she was sending someone who knew what they were doing. If you actually want to get out alive, I'd bring whatever you need to move quietly and kill quickly. Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you. I've gotta go. I'll find you at the party. Don't worry. Your job is to get into the party without being fingered as a spy. I'll take care of the rest.
I grow restless.
You might consider putting on... thing?
Huh?
Anything.
My blade is yours. Perhaps we should find a random stranger to murder. Practice does make perfect.
Hello, I'm Gisley. But you can just call me Erica's sister. Everyone does.
I remember Skyrim.
Divines bless you. May the...
Have you given Malborn the gear you want to smuggle into the embassy? Good. I have your invitation to the party. But the only way you're going to get past the guards is if they really believe you're an invited guest. Which means you need to look the part and not be... Good. I can use the practice.
I'm getting out of here.
You can't go to a party at the Thalmor Embassy dressed like that. You can't go to a party at the... Thalmor Embassy dressed like that. You can't go to a party at the Thalmor Embassy dressed like that.
How may I serve you, Liz?
You can't go to a party at the Thalmor Embassy. Dressed like that.
Where did it come from?
I guess that will have to do. You should pass for a real guest, at least until you open your mouth. Ready to board the carriage to the embassy? Don't worry, it will all be waiting for you when you get back. Just make sure you get back out of there alive with the information we need. Good luck.
Fellow latecomer to Ellen's little soiree. And arriving by carriage...
Welcome to the Thalmor Embassy.
You,
Your
sir.
invitation, please. Thank you, sir. Go right in.
My lateness is due more to getting lost on the way up this god's-forsaken mountain than any desire to actually arrive late. I prefer to... Now then, here's my invitation. I don't have a poison dagger strapped to my thigh, etc., etc.
The Thalmor Embassy welcomes you.
Everything's in order. Welcome back.
The Thalmor Embassy welcomes you.
Yes.
Welcome. I don't believe we've met. I am Elenwen, the Thalmor ambassador to Skyrim. And you are? Ah, yes. I remember your name from the guest list. Please, tell me more about yourself. What brings you to this... to Skyrim? What is it, Malborn?
It's just that we've run out of the Alto wine. Do I have your permission to uncork the...
Of course. I've told you before not to bother me with such trifles.
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
My apologies. We'll have to get better acquainted later. Please, enjoy yourself.
What can I get for you? You made it in. Yes? What do you need? Of course. Let me see if we have another bottle of that. I'll be waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted. What can I get for you, sir? Here you go, sir. The finest Colovian brandy. Is there anything else I can get for you? Of course. Let me see if we have another bottle of that. I'll be waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted.
The Great War is long past.
The
It's
hospitality
time
of the
Empire and
Thalmor
the
Embassy
Altmeri
is at
Dominion
your
put
service.
aside their differences. Prosperity is good for everyone.
Quite often, yes. The only thing I enjoy more than luxury is sharing that luxury with those who can appreciate it. But I also enjoy learning the latest gossip and hearing the most intriguing rumors. Of course not. One does not gather the most important men and women of Skyrim and then serve them cheap ale and stale bread. This is only a taste of the benefits that accrue to those that align themselves with Thalmor interests. One of my main duties is to foster a better understanding between the Altmeri Dominion and the people of Skyrim. I also oversee the activities of the Thalmor Justiciars throughout Skyrim, although this has been most unfortunately disrupted by the war. The Thalmor Justiciars are so often misunderstood. Our primary goal is to preserve the peace between the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion. The worship of the false god Talos contributed to the unfortunate friction that led to the Great War. Following the Great War, the White Gold Concordat set out the terms for peaceful coexistence between the two powers. The Empire and the Dominion agreed that the worship of Talos was a relic of the past and must be eliminated in the interests of peace. But I'm sure you didn't come here for a lecture on high politics. Do enjoy yourself.
See that disgusting drunk over there? A high-ranking official in the East Empire Company, believe it or not. Have you learned nothing about me? I have dealings with everyone. Now leave me. I don't want to arouse suspicion by talking to someone that clearly doesn't belong here. Don't mention the guild. In fact, it's better if you don't speak to me at all. This is not the place.
Please,
until
help yourself to more wine.
What can I get for you?
Yeah.
It is not eyes that reveal another's true nature. It is the heart. Fair faces and fine food are well and good, but honesty is rarely so pleasing. May wisdom light your path. There are words spoken. There are words spoken. For this reason, I avoid them when I can. May wisdom
What can I get
light
for...
your path.
I'm sorry, but I think you've had enough for the moment. I'm sorry, but I think you've had enough for the moment. See ya.
See that disgusting drunk over there? A high-ranking official in the East Empire Company, believe it or not. Until next time.
Elenwen always throws quite a party. I never miss one if I can help it. You must be new to Skyrim, or you... I feel that it's time to put aside the grievances of the past. I try to do my little part. Besides, but not every Nord is obsessed with strength. A rare few are born with a gift for making money. As for honor, well, there are some luxuries even I can't afford. Very well, then. There's a likely-looking filly, even if she is an elf. You there, serving girl!
What does a fellow need to do to get a drink around here?
Right, sir. Do you need a drink?
Ah, pardon me, friend. I didn't see you standing there. Allow me to introduce myself. Rosalind, imports and exports by trade. You must be new around here. Bad manners to ask such a direct question in one of it. But I have nothing to hide. And if you want to do business in Tamriel these days, well, you'd better get used. Ah, the one generous soul amongst a gathering of pinch pennies and lick spittles. If there's anything I can ever do for you, do not hesitate to call upon me. Wonderful. I can begin to repay your generosity immediately. Say on, friend. Is that all? My friend, you've come to the right person.
You could say that causing a scene is somewhat of a specialty of mine. Stand back and behold my handiwork.
Attention, everyone! What can I get for you, sir? Of course. Let me see if we have another bottle of that. I'll be waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted. Let's go, before anyone notices us.
I speak figuratively. Nothing could be more unlikely than that someone would actually want her in their bed. Although, most of you are already in
So
bed
far,
with
so
her.
good.
But again,
Let's hope nobody saw us slip out. We need to pass through the kitchen. Your gear is hidden in the larder.
Get your hands
Just stay
off me.
close and let me
I'll
do
be a
any
good
talking.
boy.
Got it? Follow me.
Wouldn't want to offend our Thalmor overlords, would we? Someone bring me a drink, quick! What does a fellow need to do to get a drink around here? Ah, if there's anything I can... Wonderful. Is that... Stand back and behold my handiwork. Attention, everyone. Could I have your attention, please? I have an announcement to make.
Let's go, before anyone notices us.
When our mistress, I speak figuratively, nothing could be more unlikely than that someone would actually want her in their bed. Oh, most of you are already in with her, but I speak figuratively, of course. Fine. Get your hands off me. I'll be a good boy. Wouldn't want to offend our thousands.
So far, so good. Let's hope nobody saw us slip out. We need to pass through the kitchen. Your gear is hidden in the larder. Just stay close and let me do any talking. Got it? Follow me.
Who comes, Malvern? You know I don't like strange smells in my kitchen.
A guest feeling ill. Leave the poor wretch be.
A guest? In the kitchens? You know this is against the rules.
Rules, is it, Savani? I didn't realize that eating moon sugar was permitted. Perhaps I should ask the ambassador.
Get out of here. I saw nothing.
Your gear is in that chest. I'll lock the door behind you. Don't screw this up. Come on. If someone misses me at the party, we're both dead. Let me do the talking. I need to lock the door behind you, or the patrols might notice something's wrong. Hurry it up. I've got to get back before I'm missed. Good luck.
Did you see those robes
You're on your own
this
now.
morning? Huh? You're dead. Is someone there?
Yeah!
expenses, you... Silence! Do not proceed. Most useful, but do not presume. We have other informants who are less... But no one else... brought you such valuable information, have they? Etienne, he's talked, hasn't he? He knows who that old man is you're looking for. He told me himself. You'll get the rest of your money to confirm his story, as agreed. Come
You wish to defeat me? Listen up, spy. You're trapped in here, and we have your accomplice. Surrender immediately, or you both die.
Never mind.
Silence,
I'm dead
traitor.
already.
Move. Slowly. He's got to be here somewhere. You're
my favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
I hope monsters come and eat you. You're new around here, so I'll go easy on you. But don't get on my bad side. Get me mad, and I'll prank you. And not a little, a lot.
What happened?
You made it out alive, at least. Your gear's safe in my room, as promised. Did you learn anything useful? Really? That seems hard to believe. You're sure about that? Esbern? He's alive? I thought the Thalmor must have got him years ago. That crazy old man. Figures the Thalmor would be on his trail, though, if they were trying to find out what's going on with the dragons. You mean aside from wanting to kill every blade they can lay their hands on? Esbern was one of the Blade's archivists, back before the Thalmor smashed us during the Great War. He knew everything about the ancient dragon lore of the Blade. Obsessed with it, really. Nobody paid much attention back then. I guess he wasn't as crazy as we all thought. Ironic, right? The old enemies assume that every calamity must be a plot by the other side. Even so, we've got to find Esbern before they do. Do they know where he is? Riften, eh? You'd better get to Riften. Oh, and when you find Esbern, if you think I'm paranoid, you may have some trouble getting him to... Just ask him where he was on the 30th of Frostfall. You'll know what it means. The Thalmor happened. Thanks to the White Gold Concordat, they've been able to operate throughout the Empire with impunity. Do you need something?
Oh, what happened?
What a waste.
Huh?
I'll serve you after you've paid Vex. I'll serve you after you've paid Vex.
Are you crazy?
Well, if it isn't Brynjolf's little protege. I'm gonna make this short and sweet, because frankly, I don't think you deserve another shot. You've broken the rules, and now you need to pay. And it's gonna cost you quite a bit.
She'll tell you the whys and hows.
This is the Thieves Guild, genius. How do you think? With gold. A lot of gold. Did you think we'd accept a heartfelt apology and let bygones be bygones? I'd say it's time you put your nose to the grindstone and figure it out for yourself. Pick pockets, knock over houses. Heck, I don't care if you have to bust into a palace. You do what you have to do to come up with the coin. You'd better. Because until you do, you don't get a single coin from us. And you won't be able to use our anything you steal, you bring it now get out of here. And don't come back until you're
I'll
full.
serve. After you've paid Vex.
And here I expected you to hop the next caravan to Morrowind. What have you got for me? It's all here. Well, congratulations. You're one of us again. Next time you decide to pull a stunt like that, just remember how much it hurt to give this away.
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh? Don't look like much to me. It's been a long time since anyone joined. Lot of people looking for it. He's holed up in the Ratway. Crazy old coot from what I've heard. For that to stand out down here, he must really be off his nut. Aye.
guard might get nervous. A man approaches to this weapon.
You're not one of my workers. What are you doing here? Oh yes, Waylon. Bastard could have at least gone crazy after we made our silver quota. What? No. Thonar Silverblood owns it, but he hands all the paperwork over to Nepos, the nose, to finish. That old man's... Whatever you want to know, I don't care. I run a smelter, that's it. Fine. I did notice something odd the last time we handed out the pay. Little extra slip of paper for Waylon. Took it right to his room after he got it. Every other day, seems one of the laborers runs off to the hills saying he'll join the Forsworn. You don't like the Nords? Fine. But pledging your whole life to killing them, that's just dumb. You want Garvey. He handles the keys for the Warrens. About the only thing that disease-riddled native is good. For. You're not one of my workers. What are you doing here? Oh, yes. Whatever you want to know. I don't... Fine. I did notice something odd the last... You want Garvey. He hand... What? But he hands all the paperwork over. Every... You don't like the Nords? Fine.
They don't like us talking.
Pledging your whole life to killing them. That's just dumb. These workers, always complaining, always excuses.
trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. Someone who doesn't like you asking questions. Come on. Let's see what you're made of. You want a real... You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. You'll listen to this. Come on, let's see what you're made of. Lucky hit. I think you're bleeding. I'll fix you good. No. Son of a... Made you a piece of pit bait. I was sent by Nepos the Nose. The old man hands out the orders. He told me to make sure you didn't get in the way. That's all I know, I swear. Nepos is in charge. That's all I know.
Guard might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean room.
My father when you want to talk to. I just clean up.
Come on in. This is the Silverblood Inn. I'll let you figure out who... Ah, yes. Rented the nicest... I think she's sitting by the fire. Poor girl.
You a fighting man? How about a little bet? I'm drunk, and it's been a while since I had a good fight. 100 septums says I can take you, bare-handed. That's the spirit. Let's go. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood.
Septim's on the big one.
Wait! I can still fight! No. No, I can't. Fair fight. Here you are.
I'm what you'd call a soldier of fortune. Make me an offer, and I just might
it's
fight
you.
at your side.
The one from the market.
Watch your back, friend. Better yet, pay me to do it for you.
No. I was just buying jewelry for my sister in Cyrodiil. Just visiting. I had some business here. That's all. Was it that obvious? Damn. I must be losing my touch. I'm one of General Tullius's agents. I was sent to investigate the Treasury House and the Silverblood family. They own Sidna Mine, one of the toughest jails in Skyrim. I was hoping I could buy or steal the deed, but I don't think that's how things work here. Mark my words. Thonar Silverblood was behind that attack in the market. Somehow.
What do you want, milk drinker?
You. I've seen you snooping around, asking questions. Back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here. You're finding it. That's bad enough. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. What did you expect? That no one was going to notice you butting into business that wasn't yours? The guards know who holds the purse strings in this city, and I don't like snoops. Markarth is my city. You have no right looking into my business. Now get out. Don't. What? Gods, Betrid! We control every piece of... My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside. Shut up. Only the gods can judge me. You want to know what the Forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control. When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control. Madanach. While we were off fighting the elves in the Great War, Madanach was busy ruling over the until Ulfric came and put them down. You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. This is your fault. You and Madanach are animals, and I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house!
Excuse me. What's your business here? We haven't been expecting you, and the old man needs his rest. Come back some other time.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send him in.
Yeah. Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
Keep ya. I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want? Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me out. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, sending the young to their deaths, all in the name of the Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired. Because my king told me to. Madanach. When the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question. My dear boy, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last. Markarth and the Reach are our lands. That is why we are the Forsworn. We cannot claim the home that is rightly ours. But then, during their war with the elves, we had our moment. We drove the Nords out of the Reach in a great uprising. Then Ulfric and his men came. Those of us who didn't run were executed, except for myself, my king, and a handful of others. He is the King in Rags, a man who once held all the Reach within his grip.
Now you're mine!
Go cast your fancy map. Hey, watch it. We warned you, but you just had to go and cause trouble. Now you have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work. Same thing we do with all the other natives who want to change things around here. We had a nice little deal going between Thonar and Maganak, until you and Elter started snooping around. Well, you wanted to find the man responsible for those killings. You'll have plenty of time with the King in Rags when you're in Sidna Mine. You'll never leave Markarth.
Sorry, lad. I've got important things to do.
Listener, it's an honor to stand before you. Listener, it's an honor to stand before you. Huh? Yes, listen.
Out with it. Time is... Good going. You got arrested. Now how do you think that looks for the guild? Better luck next time. Ready for some work, or are you just gonna wander around all day?
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts for the guild. I watch Delvin's back.
What do you need, Dragonborn?
Really? He's safe? What? You left him on his own? With the Thalmor after him? Go make sure he's safe, and bring him here!
What is it?
I finally understand what it all means. What it was all for. The killing. And the dying.
What's the hurry? Be careful.
shall be troubling you. I'll listen.
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of usual guild rate. Let's take a look at them. Until next time.
Yeah, you need some?
How can a humble servant of he's and is a devout Nord would rather Talos is to suddenly the Empire already took my daughter from. I trained when the fighting began. She died out there, only having tended to the wounded soldiers for a few months. We never even found her body. The Empire burned all the dead.
What is it?
My favorite drink.
I hate you.
Let's.
It's good to see you too, Esbern. It's been too long, old friend. Too long. Let's see what Esbern has to say. This way. Now then, I assume you know about... Esbern, what? Let's see what Esbern has to say. Do you know what he's talking about? So you think that Alduin's wall will tell us how to defeat Alduin? Skyhaven Temple it is, then. I knew you'd have something for us, Esbern. I know the area of the Reach that Esbern's talking about, near what's now known as Karthspire, in the Karth River. We can meet you there, or all travel together. Your call. From River, or you could... Either way, the Reach is wild. Your call. Don't worry, I'll get Esbern there in one piece. We'll wait for you near Karthspire. Good luck. What is it? Do you need something? What do you need, Dragonborn?
Victory is yours! I submit!
got to get this bridge down. These pillars must have something to do with it.
Huh? Huh?
Alduin isn't getting any weaker while we stand around here gawping at the architecture. Esbern's probably right. Try using your blood on the carved seal on the floor. It's coming to life. Watch it! Let's go see if Esbern's right about Alduin's wall. So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here? You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure? So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice. If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky, or whatever it is. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War? No. And they're afraid of you. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened? Good. The Greybeards can teach you a lot, but don't let them turn you away from your destiny. You're Dragonborn, and you're the only one who can stop Alduin. Don't forget it. Right. Good thing they've already... We'll look around Skyhaven till Talos guard you.
Wind guide you. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? No, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. But heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have. No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the Voice. But not Dragonrend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before history began. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax. Grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well. Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly.
Alok. Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain? I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. Why do you intrude here, if not for Tinvak? Not until introductions are complete. Understand fire as the Dove do. As Dova. Why are you Dovahkiin or not? Not until introductions are complete. Have test. Yes, Sosedo Vlostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. I had expected you, Proda. Greetings. Return it here to the Tid Achran. Then, Kele Vomindok. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Achran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel, know Dragonrend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, the first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sakhrot Hun, the Nords have had many. I cannot tell you in detail. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran. I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it feels. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus, Faim, and Yol. It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. It was said to force a dragon to experience, which calls to you, Dovahkiin. Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the Dove. Everything mortal fades away in time, but the spirit. Ponder the meaning of spirit. Unslad Zi. Where mortal flesh may wither and die, the spirit endure. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora, which calls to you, Dovahkiin. In your tongue, the word simply means fire. That is the true meaning of Yol. Think of this as the fire builds in your Sum, in your breath. Sum Ark Mora. What will you burn? Vomindok, I do not know. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihon. Yes. There were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow, but they did not trust us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. Sum Ark Mora. Speak. I will listen.
Huh?
So, you spoke to Parthenax. The dragon blood burns bright within you. Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout? So be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom. We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek. Perhaps not. But this shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn. You have learned, but there are many words of power in Skyrim. Finding these lost words would be a sufficient test to temper your abilities with experience. Ask when you are ready to search. The Blades were born of dragon-hating crusaders. They still carry that legacy, although they may not remember from whence it came. They carried out a genocide of dragons when they first came to Tamriel. And now, they will do it again. With your help. Sky?
Watch it.
Chanting services are one of the few things
There
that
are
keep
few
us in
places
touch
where one
with the
can
rest
pursue
of
my
Skyrim.
type of work. Take a look. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. Now if you'll excuse me.
Huh? Be careful. How may I serve? Of course, listener. What is it? Command me, my listener. Of course, right away. Of course, right away. Huh? Yes, listener. How may I serve you?